Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. When Susie Evans landed in Costa Rica for BIP, viewers knew things were going to be excellent. But no one, not even Hannah Brown, expected such tension between the former couple. Justin Glaze was one of the 16 Bachelor and Bachelorette hopefuls who arrived in Costa Rica for Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. It was not his first appearance on the show. He had previously appeared on Season 8, but was sent home during the second week. He returned to the beach in Week 4, but was ordered back home. Third time's the charm, right? Following last night's program, the answer is no. It didn't go well for him, Susie Evans, or Lexi Young. Justin and Lexi had begun to develop feelings for each other, but she was wary due to his previous relationship with Susie. Of course, Susie arrived in Week 2. Justin and Susie resolved their concerns and agreed to end their relationship. But when it came to the rose ceremony, Justin Glaze made an unexpected decision. Instead of presenting his rose to Lexi and investigating their connection, he attempted to give it to Susie so she wouldn't have to leave. But she refused the rose. The episode ended with a cliffhanger. Watch tonight to discover if Lexi, Justin, and Susie all return home following Justin's blunder. Lexi Young and Justin Glaze are still absorbing what occurred. They had a very public battle on social media following Monday's broadcast. Us Weekly spoke with Hannah Brown to get her perspective on the drama. The former Bachelorette star appeared on Season 10 as Paradise Relations, giving out beverages and advice. She could understand the drama between the former marriage. She went on to say that she sincerely hoped Justin and Susie would reconcile. "I'm not going to lie, there were times when I just wanted them to rekindle because I enjoy watching it on social media." Following the incident between Susie and Justin, Wells Adams spoke with the media. While Hannah Brown hoped the couple would reunite, Wells Adams believes it is time to move on. "What we know for certain is that the golden candidates will finally appear in tonight's program. BIP will air a special edition on Tuesday, July 15th, at 8 p.m. Eastern. Unlike the other two episodes, tonight's is only 2 hours long. But it will undoubtedly be packed with drama." When Susie Evans touched down in Costa Rica, she did so with the unmistakable poise and confidence fans had come to associate with her since her debut in Bachelor Nation. Viewers had been speculating for weeks about her arrival on Bachelor in Paradise Season 10. Rumors circulated online, whispers filled fan forums, and Instagram sleuths pieced together her travel schedule with uncanny precision. And yet, when she stepped onto the beach with the waves crashing behind her and the tropical sun glinting off her sunglasses, no one was truly prepared, least of all Justin Glaze. Justin had arrived on the Paradise Beach with hopeful optimism, determined to make this season his redemption arc. His previous appearances, brief, awkward, and emotionally unfulfilling, still haunted him. After leaving Season 8 under less than ideal circumstances, he wanted to prove he could make a real connection. And for a brief time, he did. Her name was Lexi Young. Lexi was a newcomer to Paradise but far from a novice in the game of love. She entered Paradise with an open heart and healthy skepticism, the kind forged from personal setbacks and the harsh reality of dating under the glare of public scrutiny. She was immediately drawn to Justin, his sharp wit, infectious smile, and thoughtful demeanor. For Justin, Lexi represented a clean slate. Someone unburdened by his past, someone who might actually see him for the man he was trying to become. The two quickly formed a connection. Morning coffees turned into late-night conversations by the fire pit. Lexi had been cautious, especially after learning about Justin's history with Susie Evans, a history far more complicated than what a few Instagram likes could reveal. Justin assured her that it was over, that whatever they had was a beautiful chapter in the past, but firmly closed. For the first week, everything seemed perfect. Lexi's walls came down gradually, and Justin leaned into their connection. But the illusion of peace was shattered when, in week 2, a familiar figure emerged from the coconut-laden shadows. Susie Evans arrived with a date card and a storm trailing behind her. The collective gasp from the cast echoed across the beach, but the loudest silence came from Justin. His eyes locked with Susie's, and in that instant, the past came rushing back with the force of a crashing tide. There had never been closure. Their breakup, despite being mutual, was left unfinished, like a conversation that ends in the middle of a sentence. There were still questions, still wounds. And despite his promises to Lexi, Justin was visibly shaken. Susie, ever graceful, approached the group with warmth and greeted everyone before her gaze eventually met Justin's. Later that day, the two shared a private conversation near the water's edge. "We never really finished," Susie said softly, her voice barely rising above the sound of the surf. "I know," Justin admitted. "But I didn't expect to see you here. Not like this." Their conversation stretched for hours. There were tears, laughter, awkward silences, and more questions than answers. But by the end, they agreed to leave the past behind. No romantic rekindling. No second chances. Just peace. Lexi, however, was not so easily convinced. She had seen the way Justin looked at Susie, like a man grappling with memories he couldn't bury. She confronted him, her voice steady but firm. "I just need to know if I'm a second choice," she said. "You're not," Justin replied. "But I need you to trust that I'm here with you, now." Lexi accepted that, for the moment. But the rose ceremony brought a twist no one saw coming. When Jesse Palmer stepped onto the beach and reminded the men to make their decisions, Justin felt the weight of indecision. He walked up with his rose and turned toward Lexi. Then paused. Then, shockingly, offered the rose to Susie. The following day, Lexi and Justin engaged in a public spat on Instagram stories. Lexi posted a cryptic message: "Sometimes people show you exactly who they are. Believe them the first time." Justin responded with a post of his own: "Healing doesn't happen on someone else's timeline. We're all doing our best." Us Weekly caught up with Paradise Relations advisor Hannah Brown to ask about the chaos. Hannah, who had been on set handing out margaritas and advice, didn't hold back. "There was definitely unresolved tension," she said. "I could see it the moment Susie arrived. I genuinely hoped maybe they could rekindle, but I also saw how hurt Lexi was. I think everyone's just trying to figure themselves out under really weird circumstances." Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.